England, a small island nation that became the center of world-changing revolutions, global empires, dramatic wars, legendary monarchs, and cultural transformations that shaped the modern world. From mysterious prehistoric monuments, to Viking invasions, to medieval kings and queens, to industrial breakthroughs and global conflicts, England's story is one of resilience, ambition, innovation, and identity. We take a journey across 5,000 years of history, exploring the events, people, and ideas that forged England into the nation we know today. This is the entire history of England. Long before England existed as a name, the island was home to waves of prehistoric settlers, each bringing new skills and cultures. After the last ice age, around 10,000 BCE, hunter-gatherers crossed into Britain from continental Europe. Forests, rivers, and wild landscapes stretched as far as the eye could see. Around 4000 BCE, farming arrived. Stone monuments appeared, none more famous than Stonehenge. Built over centuries, its precise purpose remains a mystery. It might have been a temple, a burial site, or an astronomical calendar. Whatever its meaning, it stands as the earliest symbol of England's ancient past. In 43 CE, the Roman Empire invaded the island. Roads, forts, baths, and cities transformed the landscape. The Romans brought writing, trade, architecture, and laws. The city of Londinium, future London, emerged as a vital trading hub. But Roman rule was not peaceful. The warrior queen Boudica led a massive rebellion in 60 CE, nearly driving the Romans out. After crushing the revolt, Rome remained for nearly 350 years. When they eventually left in 410 CE, Britain was vulnerable, fragmented, and exposed to new invaders. After the Romans withdrew, tribes from northern Europe, the Angles, Saxons, and Jutes, crossed into Britain. They established kingdoms like Wessex, Mercia, and Northumbria. Their language, Old English, became the foundation of modern English. Their laws, traditions, and village life shaped the early identity of the island. In 597, a Roman monk named Augustine arrived in Kent and began converting Anglo-Saxons to Christianity. This event reshaped English religion, politics, and culture for centuries. In the late 700s, a new wave of warriors arrived, the Vikings. They raided coastal towns, destroyed monasteries, and demanded tribute. But soon, they weren't just raiders, they became settlers. Large parts of England fell under Viking control, known as the Danelaw. England's survival depended on one man, King Alfred the Great. He defended his kingdom of Wessex, reformed the military, built fortifications, and encouraged learning. He laid the foundations of a unified English kingdom. By the 10th century, Alfred's successors united much of England under one crown. But peace would not last. The year 1066 changed England forever. When King Edward the Confessor died without an heir, 3 men claimed the throne. The result was one of the most famous battles in history, the Battle of Hastings. Duke William of Normandy, known as William the Conqueror, defeated the Anglo-Saxon army and became the new King of England. Norman rule transformed the country. Castles rose everywhere, the Tower of London most iconic. French became the language of the elite. Feudalism reshaped society. Land ownership was recorded in the Domesday Book, a survey still admired today. The Normans connected England to continental Europe like never before. The medieval period was marked by conflict, change, and the slow rise of political rights. In 1215, King John, pressured by rebellious barons, signed the Magna Carta, limiting royal power and establishing the idea that even kings must follow the law. This was the seed that eventually grew into the English Parliament. Meanwhile, England fought wars abroad, including the 100 Years' War with France. It produced heroes like Joan of Arc on the French side and legends like the English, longbowmen at Agincourt. But soon, conflict returned home. 2 rival royal families, the House of Lancaster and the House of York, plunged England into a brutal civil war. The symbol of Lancaster was the red rose, York, the white rose. Battles, betrayals, and political murders tore the kingdom apart. It all ended in 1485, when Henry Tudor defeated King Richard III at the Battle of Bosworth Field. Henry became Henry VII and founded the Tudor dynasty. England now entered one of its most dramatic eras. The Tudor period shaped England's religion, navy, and world power. Henry VIII is remembered for his 6 marriages, but his biggest legacy was the English Reformation. When the Pope refused to annul his marriage, Henry broke away from the Catholic Church and established the Church of England. This decision created a religious identity that still exists today. After Henry, England swung between Protestant and Catholic rule. Mary I, known as Bloody Mary, attempted to restore Catholicism, leading to religious violence. In 1558, Elizabeth I came to power. Her reign became a golden age. Shakespeare revolutionized English literature. Exploration expanded global horizons. The English Navy defeated the Spanish Armada in 1588, securing England's place as a rising naval power. Under Elizabeth, England stood confident and united. After Elizabeth died without an heir, the crown passed to the Stuarts. King James I, already King of Scotland, united the crowns of England and Scotland in 1603. But his son, Charles I, clashed with Parliament over money, power, and religion. The conflict erupted into the English Civil War. The King's forces, the Royalists, battled Parliament's army led by Oliver Cromwell. In a shocking turn of events, Charles I was executed in 1649, the first English king ever put to death by his own people. England briefly became a republic under Cromwell before the monarchy was restored. In 1688, a nearly bloodless coup known as the Glorious Revolution transformed the kingdom. Parliament invited William and Mary to take the throne from King James II, who fled. This event permanently limited royal power. The Bill of Rights established Parliament as the supreme authority, creating the constitutional monarchy. England keeps today. In 1707, England and Scotland united to form the Kingdom of Great Britain. Around the same time, England expanded globally through trade, colonization, and naval dominance. Cities like London, Bristol, and Liverpool became centers of commerce. But this era also included darker chapters, such as the transatlantic slave trade, a system Britain later played a major role in abolishing. In the late 1700s, England became the birthplace of the Industrial Revolution, the greatest economic transformation in human history. Steam engines, factories, railways, new machines for textiles and manufacturing. Cities grew rapidly. Millions moved from rural areas to industrial towns. England became the world's workshop, producing goods for a global market. The Industrial Revolution created both wealth and hardship, innovation and inequality, but it changed the world forever. The reign of Queen Victoria from 1837 to 1901 marked Britain's height as a global empire. Advances in science, expansion of democracy, massive social changes, breakthroughs in medicine and technology. Writers like Charles Dickens highlighted poverty and social issues. Reform movements pushed for better working conditions. Victorian England was powerful, proud, and rapidly transforming. In 1914, England, now part of the United Kingdom, entered World War I. Millions served. Countless lives were lost. The war reshaped Europe and weakened the British Empire. In 1939, England again faced war. After France fell, Britain stood alone against Nazi Germany. Prime Minister Winston Churchill rallied the nation with his speeches. The Battle of Britain became a turning point. Despite bombings and devastation, England refused to surrender. By 1945, the Allies were victorious, but the world had changed. After the war, the British Empire dissolved. Former colonies gained independence. England faced economic challenges, rebuilding cities destroyed by bombs. Immigration from across the Commonwealth transformed English culture. The National Health Service, NHS, was founded, offering free healthcare, still loved by the public today. Pop culture exploded. The Beatles, the Rolling Stones, and global cultural influence. Today, England is a modern nation balancing tradition and change. A constitutional monarchy, a multicultural society, a major economic and cultural centre, a leader in science, technology, sports, and arts. From Brexit to digital innovation, England continues to shape global trends. From ancient stone circles to the Industrial Revolution, from medieval knights to modern democracy, England's history is a blend of triumph, conflict, innovation, and evolution. A small island that shaped the world, and continues to influence it. This has been the entire history of England.